Choose in the first 3 games. Jokic down low, out to Gary Harris. Looked like he tried to pass it to himself off the backboard, and a little bit too strong. George in transition, just couldn't get the reverse, and rebounded by George and Leonard in a little 2-man game. Now they put Jokic in movement. Good strip by Gary Harris, and he comes up with a loose ball. Jokic the trailer. If Harris gives them offense, that's big bonus. Little early offense. Paul George barely drawing iron. Good hustle by Beverly. Couldn't knock it off of Murray, though. Millsap into the paint. Kicked it out to Scott Foster out of bounds. That's the 3rd turnover in that game.
Yeah, they just have very little offensive energy left.
This guy's been energized for Denver. Jokic kicked it out of the double team. Harris got tied up in the air. But Jeff, in the dying moments, the last 2 or 3 minutes of that game, as the Clippers pulled away in game 3 to win it. Nice feed inside Leonard to Zubac, and a foul. Gary Harris over to, boy, what a spin! Wow! Great quickness.
With a great pivot, and there another one by Jokic.
When Doc Rivers compared him a little bit to Kevin McHale, is that the part of the game that he was talking about? The foot
by the Clippers.
Zubac tips it to Landry Shamet. Shamet misfiring. Interesting to see that Shamet gets the early call as opposed to Reggie Jackson from Doc Rivers.
Well, I think what Doc Rivers with Paul George, Kawhi Leonard are all playing bigger minutes as Jokic hits it. So he has about
last 6. Dribble handoff to Gary Harris. Behind the 3-point line, way off the mark. And quickly into Lou Williams, who just checked into the ballgame. Williams still hasn't been Lou Williams as he gets fouled by Harry. Heated up in a hurry, especially in that Utah series. Harris out to Jokic, and Jokic with a jump hook. And Harrell turns it over. Here's Murray in transition. Kicks it out to Gary Harris. A couple of contests by the Clippers forcing the miss. But they don't.
Just incredibly well-timed and powerful and inspirational.
Gary Harris fouled. 14-point lead. That's the first field goal of the game for Jamal Murray. Paul George bulldozing his way on the baseline. A late whistle and an offensive foul call.
I think it's a harder ball, but it doesn't bounce as high.
I've seen it. Some of the guys actually played it here in the bubble.
Yes.
So he's like top 10 ranked. Like
flat out, they gave up 9 offensive rebounds, 17 free throws, and now they've still cut it to 5 with all of that.
Primary ball handler a lot. A whistle and a foul against Denver. That's going to go against Gary Harris. Seeing Jokic out front. Here's Harris. Around the Jokic screen. Jokic from the nail gets it to fall.
For the Clippers. They've just ground this team down as Harris with a nice reverse layup.
Little quick sit dribble by Kawhi. Tipped up Beverly, keeping it alive. Harris chased it down. Jokic controls it. Jokic with the dribble handoff. Montrezl Harrell stood his ground and Harris lost it. Paul George just lost it out of bounds. Boom, he said that he was in a dark place and he spent some time with the team psychologist and got his head right and broke out of his slump thereafter. Kawhi, no such slump. Boy, they are really disconcerted and discombobulated.
Yeah, spending a lot of times talking to the officials, displacing their blame there.
They got 16 turnovers.
But I think for the flow of your team, it gives you a chance to be more definitive in your role. And I just think they are clearly
3-1 in this series. Williams, Zubac, blocked but fouled from behind.
It's the guys who can do it night after night.
It's interesting that he's never had a playoff triple-double.